One of the biggest things we talked about was reality versus presentation, or presence versus presentation. And one of the things that we totally reject is what I call the photo police. And the photo police, a guy I went to college with one time, he put up this post on his Facebook, which I always think is ironic that people rail against technology using technology, but whatever. He puts up this post on Facebook about these 6 or 7 college girls that went to a baseball game, and they're all looking through their phones and they're all taking pictures of each other. They're missing the game. Maybe they weren't there for the game. Maybe they were there just to be able to hang out with each other and say, we went to a game. Well, they're missing out on a beautiful game. I agree. Baseball is a beautiful game. I think it's maybe the most beautiful game. No offense to my soccer loving friends. I love soccer too. But I asked him, I was like, why do you get to decide that? Because here's the thing. I don't have a whole lot of pictures of my mom. And so one of the things I do is I take pictures all the time, literally all the time. And I lose my phone. My son makes fun of me for how often I've got to be like, hey, can somebody beat my phone? I don't know where it is. But I take pictures all the time. We go on trips. We went on a trip this past weekend. I took pictures. We're going on a trip this weekend. I'm going to take pictures because there comes a time when pictures are the only thing someone has left. But the photo police are like, oh my goodness, what do we do with our phones? We used to just experience and we live it in our memory. You literally sound like somebody saying, why are you in a car? Why are you riding in a car? You know, horses have taken us everywhere we wanted to go for hundreds of years. It's the same stupid argument. And I'm sorry, I'm trying not to make this personal, but it's just a stupid argument to me because I really get fired up. Just the other day, I had a lady share with me a story about how she didn't get a picture of her brother because she assumed she would have a long time to get pictures. He died 2 weeks later. I could be wrong in 2 weeks, but he died very soon after, and they never got another picture of him. Right? And this is all part of our technology war on phones. So my goal with my kids was to talk about it like I do any other tool. Technology was not to become a forbidden treasure. Here's the reality of it. We've done this with food. Right? When my generation was growing up, we did this with food. You could only have pop on Friday nights. You could only do this. You could only do that. And we created the most overweight, unhealthy cohort maybe in the history of the world with the best technology for healthy food. It didn't work. And I don't think this approach to technology is going to work. This turning it into a forbidden treasure. Because here's what happened. A client one time, they had their rules. The kids couldn't use technology during the week at home. They let them take the phone to school, but it had to be off. But in case there was something that happened in school that they needed to call them, they wanted it there. Then they would come home and had to go on the counter. And then on Saturday mornings, they could get on their phones at 7 a.m. Well, the kids would wake up at 5:30. And it was it was a forbidden treasure. It was like a drug. Hey, do these things and you can get this. That's how if you do that with food, that's how you create a food disorder in your children. Hey, when you do these things, then you can have ice cream. You're literally setting your child to be an adult with an eating disorder. The research is overwhelming on that because forbidden treasures become obsessions. The more mysterious and emotionally charged something becomes, the more power it often gets. So I wanted to kill that emotion from my kids. So I said to them, here's a phone. Here's the responsibilities that come with it. Here is how it works. Like I always get to track you. You never get to tell me I can't look through it. All of your stuff, you're not allowed to be on private mode in Safari. If you are, there's consequences. I get your phone at any moment's notice. And if you don't do things, I will get it from you. So I've told this story probably 100 times.